Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Time with Tanya. I'm glad to get the chance to see you again and hoping your day was amazing. And today I wanted to share a little bit more about some of the things I'm going to be sharing coming up. A lot of you have heard and you already know that I'm having a free masterclass on March 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I only host this class twice a year, and I wanted to give you a little more insight about some of the strategies because I know everybody won't be able to make it, but those of you that will, I'll be glad to see you. But today I want to give you, like I typically do, a tool and a strategy. When I was going through the aftermath of my divorce, I created this particular tool that I share inside the actual course. So when you join the free masterclass, this is not something that you'll see, but I want to give it to you now because it's something that I found that was supportive. Because we know, but we don't know, we realize, but subconsciously we don't recognize. So I want to bring to your attention so that it's in the forefront of your mind. We're in relationship with everything. Relationship with ourselves, relationship with those around us, relationship with people, places, and things often. And because of that, we need to know how to navigate that. So, this particular strategy is one that I developed in the aftermath of my divorce. Those of you that listen, you already know that I did an autopsy. Those of you that are just getting a chance to meet me, well, I got married at 21 because I thought I was grown. And after 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce, having to raise my two sons alone. To reset my life and survive my divorce, I learned some things, these strategies that I share with you, the insight that I give with you, and some of the tools that you'll get inside of the free masterclass. But this one in particular, this was developed because getting married at 21, as I've shared before, you're getting to know you, you're trying to figure you out. And sometimes, because we're still in the middle of learning and navigating and juggling all of those things, we aren't paying enough attention to how we're truly showing up or taking the time to really dig deep. Some of us marry the representative. Mhm. You know, that part of you that you have shown to the world that gives you sort of an idea of who you are, but really closes the inner parts of your being because you don't want to get hurt. So you never show all of who you are. You're never completely vulnerable. That representative is your mask to the world. And I've shared before how I was raised to wear my mask. So at 21 years old, the version of me that I wanted the world to see is how I showed up in my marriage. So I did not give all of who I was. And he didn't give all of who he was either because we were still trying to figure it out. So the representative that we sent, we married because the representative is nice. The representative is cute. The representative is fun. But relationships, those deep relationships, those connecting relationships, those are the places where you got to dig deep. And it's in places where you are the most vulnerable. And if you reveal it, yeah, some of that stuff can be thrown at you because when we started working through our time, over time, you will get the chance to see more pieces of the real person in your relationship. So after 11 years of marriage, there were parts of me that he saw. And the thing that we hate and we really run from and why we don't reveal all of who we are is because if someone sees those hurt places, those vulnerable parts of who you are, and they start throwing it back at you when things get hard, oh, that's not fighting fair. And you don't often have a clear way of how to navigate those hurdles. So, one of the things that I teach, share, and show in my course, Navigating Life After Divorce, is a strategy called the levels of relationship. It was there that I had to learn for myself how to be clear about what I was communicating. Did I communicate the right thing to the right person? And be vulnerable to those that I was supposed to be vulnerable with. Share the conversations that I needed to share. Because lots of times we don't open up ourselves in that arena because we don't know what to say. And if you aren't sure about what to say, then you often close yourself off, leave some pieces out of who you are, and you feel like nobody sees you. Nobody can really love you. No one truly appreciates you. This strategy lets you reveal who you are, gives you clarity about who you can open up with. So when I share it in three perspectives. Y'all know me. Y'all know that the glue that holds things together so that you can build better relationships is having a belief in a being greater than yourself. For me, that's Jesus Christ. And so I operate and function in the Trinity. And it was there that I learned how to be loved, how to be appreciated, and how to stop letting my representative show up in the deeper relationships. Because when we show up in level three, so let's start there. Level three is the public. Anybody walking and talking, people you just meet, bum on the street. That's a level three relationship. There are things that you share in those relationships that surface. That's where the representative lives. You have those pseudo relationships. You share parts of who you are. So there's a characteristic of your being that is always seen. But the deeper parts, level three people don't get the deeper parts. Level three people are often, if you're in a workforce, that coworker that you just meet at the job in certain meetings. You may see them walking down the hall. You may see them in some workshop or whatever, but it's not somebody that you engage on a regular basis. It's not someone that you see, or they might even know that you have kids, a dog, your favorite pet, or whatever. That's not the type of person that gets this insight. Those level three relationships are those people that you talk about the weather with. You can share, hey, what's your favorite sport? Did your team win yesterday? These are level three conversations, and that's okay. Those are good. But at the next level, level two, a level two relationship is where you're going just a little bit deeper. Level two relationships is what I often call those fence relationships. So if you think about you be in the house because I call the house level one. So in your house, that's your sacred space. That's your place where you find sanctity. And often people that are in a home, you got a fence around your house. So if you have a house with a fence around it, there are some people that are in level three, the public. You don't mind coming in the fence, but you're not yet ready to have them come into your house. So my grandmother would sometimes share, and every now and then, depending on how I'm sharing, because there's various levels to the levels. So one of the sub levels, my great grandmother called your porch friends. Well, that's your fence. You meet them outside the house. You go outside, you talk at the fence, you let them come in, you sit on the porch, but they're not someone that you want to expose more of who you are. You see, there's pieces that we don't mind sharing. For instance, if you're at work and you are at your desk, let's say you have a picture of your family at your desk, you have some pictures of your vacation that you had, you have some of those awards, we call it the wall of me, where you have your degrees, the awards that you got on your job, different pictures that you've taken with different people in your job that are higher up with management, SES, individuals like that. That's more of a fence relationship. You see, for the level three, people that are walking down the hall, if they never come to where you sit, your actual office, they don't get the chance to know those things. See, level two is where you get the chance to reveal a little bit more. If they walked into your cube, they can recognize if you have those pictures available. Hey, you're married. How's your husband? They'll have those conversations. How'd your kids go? Or your pet. Did you, let's call your dog Waldo. Did Waldo have a great weekend or did he learn a new trick? These are the people that you start having a little more discussions to get a little bit more insight. It's a deeper conversation, but still not too deep. Two deep relationship conversations are those that you bring that are really close friends, really close relatives. And that is where you start entering the levels of love and fun and happiness, deeper relationships. Walking and talking closer to marriage is what level one is. But level two is where you reveal more of yourself. People can know your favorite color. They can know your favorite flower. You bring them into your world a little bit more. You can have conversations that feel like they see you. And a lot of people live their entire life in relationship with others on level 2. You never let anybody know your deepest fears. You never let anybody know how you're truly feeling. When the conversation is stated how you're feeling, you give the surface answer. Oh, I'm okay. Level 2 relationship people make it's a little bit rough today, but I'm going to be all right. But level 1, level 1. Level 1 is where I want to have you get more clarity because it is in your level 1 relationships where you are the house. This is where you let people in. You let people come in and spend time with you, enjoy time with you. And when I teach this with my clients, there are levels to being in the house. So let's talk about the level 1 relationships in the house. This is where you let people in a little bit more. So if you think about a house, when you let somebody in, you can let them in and let them be in the living room. Living room people that get the opportunity to be present with you, those are the ones that know your children's age, their birth dates. You invite them to the parties. They are now in the house. It's okay being there. And as you want to reveal more of who you are, you let them go into other parts of the house. My great grandmother would often say, baby, they can come into the living room, but they are not allowed into the kitchen. Those are deeper elements. So in the house, you can designate another set. I go deeper into this when I have my conversations in the course, Navigating Life After Divorce. But I want you to know that when you recognize where people sit, level 3, who's a part of the public, you know how to communicate with them. Level 2, who's in the fence. You know better the discussion points that you can have with them. You know more of what you can reveal of yourself to them. Level 1 relationships. Those people that you let in the house. These are the people that know a little bit more about you. They know some of your fears and they can often soothe you. Level 1 relationships are relationships that you had that's been a long time. Lots of times, these are those college friends, high school friends, and I even have some friends of mine that I've known since elementary school. These are my level 1 relationships. Cherish those, embrace those, but open up yourself a little bit more. And if you want to have a conversation and go a little bit deeper about what parts of yourself that you move from the living room friends to the kitchen friends, to the dining room friends. Yeah, there's a whole different discussion, another subset that does exist in these conversations. But for today, I'm hoping that you recognize and can start identifying. Because in the aftermath of my divorce, I started looking at who was still there. I discovered that the people that left me after I got divorced, I thought that they were level 1 relationships. But then I realized that season of my life, they may have been, but in this new season, I had to shift them. Knowing the levels of relationships gives you clarity about who is still for you in the seasonal changes of your life, how much you need to reveal. Because those of you that know, when you go through a divorce, some level 3 people that feel like they are level 2 people, just being nosy. They want to know what's going on with you. They want to know what happened with you. You reveal the amounts that you reveal to the various levels. Would you share that with the public? If they're in level 3, you don't share that with them. Level 2, you decide how close are they? Are they really at the edge of the fence or did they actually become a porch friend and sitting next to the door? You reveal those elements in different ways. And if they're level 1, where are they in level 1? Because I discovered I did have level 1 relationship friends, but I had some level 1 relationship friends that went the long haul with me. That when I was really in the middle of the mess, going through the legal issues, going through all the different changes, they stayed a little longer. It's like those kitchen friends. Some friends of yours that you know, if you have a party, they will help you prepare for the party. They're level 1 relationships, but it's a different element of who's in the house. So for today, you don't remember anything else I shared, recognize that there are relationship levels that you walk through. And I encourage you, join me on March 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll leave the information down in the chat so that you can at least get an introduction to what I'm teaching. But if you choose to go further with me, you'll understand more about the levels of relationship and the subcontext associated with it. But this right here, this strategy, this tool, something that you can use right now to be able to let who you are be seen, build better relationship with yourself so that you can build a better relationship with others. And hopefully you're allowing the glue that helps it all stick together be a part of your presence. I look forward to talking to you all and seeing you